Welcome to CBS Sports HQ. I'm Tommy Tran. Lots going on today. Paul Skeens on the bump for the Pirates, and you might not know this, but he's not the betting favorite anymore to win NL Rookie of the Year. That title now belongs to Jackson Merrill. We're also no longer in the dog days of summer, and that means the NFL is nearly upon us. Officially 2 weeks out from the season opener, two-time defending champs, hosting the Ravens in a rematch of the AFC Championship. And with more on that, let's turn it over to my co-host Jenny Dell, standing by with one Pete Prisco. Guys?
Thank you, Tommy. I like that little intro right over there. As you mentioned, joined by our NFL analyst Pete Prisco here, getting us ready for the NFL season just 2 weeks away. It is right around the corner, and we had some big news out of the NFL this morning, actually just a little bit ago. The Eagles have acquired wide receiver Jahan Dotson in a trade with the Commanders, sliding in now with a duo of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. That's quite the receiving core they got over there, Pete.
It really is. And look, this kid has a ton of potential, but hadn't quite lived up to the expectations as of yet. So you trade him within the division. That's usually a no-no in a lot of ways. But I think what Washington did is they looked at what they were getting back, which is a third-round pick. That's a pretty good price to get back for a guy that you weren't enamored with. And you started hearing rumblings of that coming from that organization, that he wasn't one of their guys. And so they made the deal to give him up to the Eagles. And I get it, except other than the fact that you might pay for that later on if you're playing him late in the season and he makes a play against you.
You get it, but do you like it?
I mean, for him, it's a good opportunity. For Washington, they're admitting a major mistake. But remember, this isn't the regime that made that mistake. It's a lot easier to admit your mistake when you don't draft the guy. So I think that played into it. They have some young receivers they like. De'Ami Brown's been really good this summer. I thought he was going to be a big-time player coming out. He was on my better-than team. It didn't quite work out. It hadn't quite worked out yet, but he's looked good. McCaffrey has looked good in the summer. So I think they're ready to move on from Jahan Dotson.
Okay, so Philly will send a third-round pick, as you mentioned, and 2 7th-rounders in the 2025 draft to Washington, with a 5th-rounder coming back to the Eagles along with Dotson. It's quite the deal over there. We had some more news coming out this morning. The Falcons continue to invest in their defense. They signed cornerback A.J. Terrell to a 4-year, $81 million extension. That deal includes more than $65 million guaranteed. This is also coming off the heels of the Falcons trade for Matthew Judon a few weeks ago. Their deal with safety Justin Simmons. Pete, you like it all?
Yeah, I think it's a good deal. And look, A.J. Terrell 2 years ago was one of the best corners. Nobody knew about him. He was one of the best corners in the league. His play tailed off just a little bit last year, in large part because they didn't rush the passer. And when you don't rush the passer that well, it's going to be a problem. That's why they went out and got Judon to add to the pass rush. That will make him better. So I do like this deal. And again, these teams are getting ahead of it. They're almost paying for what's to come, which is the way it should be. A lot of times in past, the guys paid for what they did, and then they got nothing for the return after a couple years. This is smart. He's a young player. He's a good player. He can cover. Nowadays, you better be able to stay out there and hold up in some man-to-man situations. He can do that. I do like this move. I mean, it's like Tyson Campbell in Jacksonville. They're paying him for what's to come, not for necessarily what he's done. That's the same type of situation. In fact, Terrell's been better than Tyson Campbell.
Something also that happened yesterday that I want to ask you about. Still big news right now. Broncos coach Sean Payton had named Bo Nix their starting quarterback. So he's been impressive the first 2 preseason appearances. Now, the Broncos, I feel like, surprised a lot of people when they took Nix in that spot, that 12th pick overall in the draft. And now he's going to be the starter out there as they open things up in Seattle. Were you surprised that they made Nix the starter over there?
No, when you really look at it on the surface, and he's a lot like Drew Brees. He's a short quarterback, played a lot of football in college, productive in college. A lot of football. He's a little older now. Don't get me wrong. He's a little older than Drew Brees was. But when you look at what Sean Payton wants, he wants his quarterback to get the ball out. And having talked to Sean Payton over the years, one of the things that drives him crazy is when a quarterback takes sacks that he shouldn't take by not getting the football out. Who did that? Russell Wilson did it. He got rid of him.
Yep.
Well, Bo Nix will get the football out. And if you watch him in the preseason, he has a good understanding of the offense. He knows how to get the ball out. The question becomes, what about driving the ball down the field? Will he stand in the pocket? Will he stay there? Will he go through his progressions? A lot of times these young quarterbacks, they want to look downfield and then get out. Well, you got to stay there, and you got to take the hits. You got to stare down the gun barrel and fire the rocket down the field. And I think he'll be capable of doing that. It just might take him some time. So early on, Sean Payton, who loves this type of quarterback, is going to get the ball out. They'll scheme him out. They'll bootleg him. They'll get him on the move, and he's going to be good in that.
Nix will be the first Week 1 rookie to start at quarterback for Denver since John Elway back in 1983, before I was born there, Pete Prisco.
Well, it wasn't before I was born, I can tell you that.
I know that for sure.
Wow, for sure. Wow. I know that for sure.
Love you, Pete.
Wow.
Always here with the latest in the NFL. You're a young buck.
I know
What am I
I
saying here? All right. It all kicks off September 8th, 2 weeks away. We've got some big games coming at you on CBS. The Pats-Bengals game, that's at 1 p.m. The Jags-Dolphins, I know Mr. Pete Prisco over here is going to be excited for that one on CBS. We also have the Raiders-Chargers at 4:05. The Broncos-Seahawks as well. You'll find it on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Love you, Pete.